Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with a video on changing the move order. What is that about? A famous motif in chess is playing moves in the right order. Sometimes a combination of moves doesn't work, but if you invert the moves, that is, place them in a different order, then it suddenly does work. A good example of this was seen in round 3 of the US Women's Championship 2021 in the game with Tatev Abrahamyan, Women Grandmaster with white and International Master Anna Zatonsky with the black pieces. Let's first have a listen to an excerpt from the live broadcast on the St. Louis Chess Club YouTube channel on this moment.
Wow, Tatev is going to win this game easily now. Before it looked like maybe a fight.
Right.
Putting the bishop on it was almost better to play g5 first. Where are you? Bishop.
Right.
Right here.
It's
almost better if you're going to do it. Just do it.
Right? So that in case of bishop takes, then you go queen h5 check. So she inverted the moves. Right. And it was just a move order inversion.
I just checked with the agent. G5 was the best move, and best response would have been queen all the way down to d8 and
trade the queens.
So G5 was a move. Great idea, wrong execution.
Let's have a closer look at Zatonsky playing the moves in the wrong order. White has just taken a pawn on a5 and objectively the game is in a balance. But now Zatonsky made a mistake. She played bishop d5. The idea was good, but she played the moves in the wrong order. Abrahamyan took the pawn on b4, g5 with the idea of swinging the queen over to h5 with a strong attack with queen and bishop, but g4 takes the h5 square away, queen g6 to go to h6, get to the h-file after all, but Abrahamyan took on c3, took that knight, took a full piece there, and after queen h6 check, she simply interposed the queen on h3, and she has an extra rook if we do a body count, so Zatonsky resigned. But if Zatonsky had played the moves in a different order, then the story would have been completely different. So let's go back to the starting position of this video. We had bishop takes a5 on move 43. And instead of bishop d5, black could have played the same idea, but with the move g6, g5 first, with the idea of bishop d5 and queen h5 with that strong attack. Playing this move first was the way to go, and the game goes on. The best way for white to curtail black's attack is to get the queens off the board with queen d8. Queen takes, bishop takes, and this is about equal. White has to be careful. You cannot grab that pawn on b4 like happened in the game, because then queen h5 check comes, king g1 and bishop d5 with a mate threat on h1, and black's attack is very dangerous. And let's look at one last thing. After g5 you cannot play g4 like happened in the game, because that pawn just gets taken. And the white king is not happy on h2. So that's what Zatonsky should have done, playing g6, g5 first. The idea of bishop d5, g5 and queen h5 was excellent, but she played the moves in the wrong order. She played bishop d5 first and only then g5. She should have made that pawn move first and things would have worked out fine for black. And that's a good and instructive example of playing the moves in the right order. And if it doesn't work in one order, then you can try and calculate the moves in a different order to see if it works then. And quite often it does. It was not the first time Zatonsky had a brain freeze against Abrahamyan. This is what happened in their game 5 years ago on April 23, 2016 in the US Women's Championships. White was Zatonsky, black was Abrahamyan, and we're on move 14. Just after the opening, white has played knight b5 takes a pawn on d4. Abrahamyan took on d4, and the right move here is to take with the knight, and white has a nice position. But back in 2016, Zatonsky took with the queen on d4, and if you want to put the video on pause, do you see the simple refutation of this move, which Zatonsky had missed? She had missed that there is bishop c5. Ouch! That's a skewer, and that cost white the queen. Quite incredible that an international master in such an important game misses this simple tactical shot. She didn't resign, she took on c5, rook takes c5 and knight takes c5. It looks like white has got rook and piece for the queen, but there was queen d4 check, a double attack. The king had to play and there goes that knight. Black has won a queen for a rook and we're only move 18 and Zatonsky resigned on move 24. That was a bit of a nightmare. What happened in 2021 in round 3 was not as bad, but also there Zatonsky made a bad mistake by playing the moves in the wrong order. I hope you liked this video and that if you did, that you give the video the thumbs up, that you'll subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel and that you leave a comment. I will read them all and I will reply to them all. If you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter and on Facebook. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.